sidewalk, telling you that my main thing was that I'm happy in life. I gotta say, for the majority of my life, out of 57 years, I've had a very happy life. I've had really tough times too, and unfortunately, I have a brother that it's just a shame that it's sad. I'm almost ashamed he's my brother, you know. Not because, you know, everybody's human and stuff, but I don't really talk about him much just because he's not good. He's a dark soul. And I don't know what happened to him to get him that way. I don't know if it's just the way he was born or something happened to him or something that I don't know about. But I do know of things that happened to him that hurt him in his life that made him isolate more, shut down more, but he was different ever since I've known him all my life. You know, he's 5 years older than me, but he's always been different than me, that's for sure. We both are different, very, very different. I don't know, but so my life has been very happy. This is the toughest trial in my life. Because when my mom passed away, that's hard enough as it is when your mom passes, you know. I handled my stepmom, I handled pretty good. I mean, I shed a lot of tears for that too. And my dad, I shed tears for that, but I handled it very well. My stepfather, I shed a lot of tears for that, but I handled it well, you know. And, you know, I'll keep all their memories alive because I talk about them a lot to other people, tell stories. Stuff we learned from, or fun stuff we did, or whatever, fun stories I heard from different parents at different times or something, you know. And why this is the toughest challenge is because not only did I lose my mom, but all my siblings, my brother and my stepsisters, everybody just, you know, I'm more of an optimist now. I try to think the best in people, and I just really thought, man, that they'd know how much I would be hurt and sad when Mom passed, you know. I spent the last 15, 20 years of my parents' life taking care of them, you know, shoveling driveways, working on cars, you know. But my siblings looked at it like I was favored because I was around them all the time. Well, they're delusional. They should have been around them just as much as me, helping do all the same stuff and helping take care of them. You know, kind of makes me mad a little bit. You know, for them to treat me the way they treated me, as if like I was favored, and that's why they're all got all snake and squirrely on me. You know, and that's how they look at it. They do. They look at it like I was favored or something. And I got so much more from Mom and Dad. I got a lot of time with them. I got more than they did, that's for sure. But that's because I chose to be there, take care of them. And I ain't knocking my siblings for not being there, you know. But they shouldn't be taking it out on me that they shortchanged themselves sometimes with Mom and Dad. In the last, I'd say probably within the last 10 years of their life at least, I've talked to each of my siblings about it and said that, you know, you got to just show up. Even if Mom and Dad say, you know, they don't want people around or something, you show up anyway. It's your Mom and Dad. You show up, knock on the door, say, hey, Mom and Dad, I came to visit. I don't call or nothing. I just show up. And if they're busy, if they don't want company, that's fine. Then I'll leave. But I'm going to show up to your door anyway. And hopefully you're going to be up to having me for company or something, you know. And while I'm here, looks like your grass is getting long. Sure, I'll mow it for you, you know. It's the winter. Come here, I'm going to shovel your sidewalk, your driveway for you, you know. But yeah, I really thought my siblings, I really did. I was expecting them that they would be a real good support system for me when Mom finally passed, but totally opposite, man. No support system in it, man. My youngest stepsister, she tried for a bit, but from the stuff that happened out of that makes me think that like there was an ulterior motive or something. I had high hopes for her too. I really thought she was growing up and becoming a better person, a stand-up person or that. But not saying she's not, but yeah, I'm disappointed in my siblings. And I pray that they find the Lord, or that something wakes them up and they turn to God and become better people. I don't know if you can see it in me, but you get talking about that stuff, I start getting a little wiry myself. So, because of all that, and everybody being greedy and taking, I know I've said it before, and I don't mean to keep bitching, but for anybody that hasn't watched any of these videos, long story short, my brother kicked my stepsisters out of the deal because they weren't blood related. He got an attorney and stuff. And where it sits now was down to me and him and battle and courts and stuff. Court rewarded him, even though I was taking care of my parents and living at the same address with my mom. He ain't been around for years, and yet the court awarded him PR. And which is just a mind blower. And basically, he walked away with right now as it speaks. He's got about $250,000 or more, maybe. I'd say about $250,000. And between sale of the house, sold for over $200,000 profit, and then with my mom's cars, her collector car, her cargo trailer full of stuff and everything. The motorhome, the fish house, the plow truck, the John Deere tractors, and all the attachments. But here I am, poor little old me, 57, living my life in a camper, starting all over with nothing. No. It's okay. It's okay. You know why it's okay? I'll tell you why it's okay. Because I like who I am. I can look in the mirror every day. Even on my sad days, even if I'm crying, I can look in the mirror and I know I'm a good man. The other thing I can say is that I've got all that time with my parents. I got a mind full of memories with them that I will have forever because I'm who I am and I did what I did. That's something that they can never take from me. And when I crossed that intersection, I didn't know if he was going to hook left there or not. I'm sure you've seen that squad car go zipping by. So I got quiet there for a minute. Just stopped before the intersection to see if, in case he had to hook left or something. I don't want to create the whole situation. So now that I'm done venting about that, I don't know. It keeps coming out of me. So it is one of the things I've been praying to God about. You know, it's still in legal stuff still happening on that. And right now, the way it's sitting, my brother's guilty of felony charges, so we'll see where it goes. I don't know if he'll end up in jail or if I'll ever see a penny of it or what. I don't know. But I like who I am, and I wouldn't change none of it for the world because it's the happiest I've ever seen my mom. You know, and in all those years at the house and stuff. Although I have been praying to God about it a lot that this gets settled. Because I want to put it all behind me, you know. I don't have nothing to do with my brother anymore. And I probably won't ever again in my life, not unless God says I have to. God says I had to, and then I do it. I'll do whatever God guides me to do. But please don't, Lord. I forgive him, you know. I don't wish ill will on him, but that negativity and toxicness in my life. You know, my biggest reason why I cannot be around my brother, and I might as well say it, is for people that are wondering, like, wow, you got to get over that. And stuff. Well, when my mom was dying from COVID, and she basically on life support, her lungs were filled with fluid 3/4 of the way, but she was still totally coherent. You could ask her any question, she'd nod yes or no. She knew what was going on. You know, but they switched her to comfort care because there was nothing they could do for her. And she made that decision herself, which is wonderful because I couldn't make it. Very emotional situation. You know, because the doctor asked her if she's ready to go to sleep. And I got mad. And I said, Mom, I said, I'm trying not to get emotional here, but I said, Mom, when the doctor asks you if you're ready to go to sleep, what he means is, are you ready to die? Because it's going to sleep forever, you know. That's what he's talking about. And she just nodded her head, yes, she was ready to die. You know, so I just started crying. And I just said, well, Mom, I love you so much and thank you for making that decision, because I don't know if I could live, how I would live with that if I had to make that decision. You know, if I had to be the one to make that call. So I'm glad she was totally coherent. But back to my brother. Well, in front of my mom, she worried about this stuff. That where the position I'm in now, my mom worried about it because we know how people can be. And she made me put my name on this camper when we went and bought it in Winona, Minnesota. She made me put my name on it, so just in case she didn't get a will done in time and stuff, I'd at least have a roof over my head, because I got rid of my house to help her get that house, and it was in her name. And even though I had paperwork from my attorney and stuff showing that the thousands of dollars that I put down on that house and how much I was involved in it all, it was considered a gift, so it don't count. Well, anyway, on that I got 7 years of building parking pads, renovating the house. That's why it sold for over $200,000 profit, because 7 years of my sweat and blood. And anyway, not to be bitching, but just so you understand why, for somebody that's wondering or thinking that I should talk to my brother, or we should get past it or whatever. Well, he's very not nice. He's a narcissist. I didn't know what a narcissist was really. I just knew it wasn't good. After I heard one of his own kids called him, said he was a narcissist that was going to school for psychology. I started really researching narcissism and narcissist to learn what it was. And there should be a picture of him right next to the definition. But there's ducks over there in that water. I always take so long to get to them stories, but I hate to even talk about this stuff. But for any of my viewers that are thinking, I don't want them to look bad at me like why I wouldn't never talk to my brother again. But basically, while my mom was still coherent, once they put her on comfort care because of COVID, I was the only one that could be in there. Once they went to comfort care, then other family members could come in 2 at a time or whatever. And basically, in front of my mom, my brother started saying all the mean and rotten, nasty things he was going to do. So he sent my mom to death in terror. The thing she worried about the most is what she got to feel as she died. It's terrible. So, because of that, I cannot be around my brother. I do have my master's degree in martial arts. I can kick his ass, no problem. But I know better. That ain't a smart decision. All that's gonna do, you know, if I were to take that out on him, he wanted me to. He was trying. He kept trying to do stuff throughout it all. He was probably hoping I'd do something like that so he could try to use it against me or something. But I wasn't fighting into his little military war games, you know. Manipulation. So, rather than beating the tar out of him or something, who knows, because I'm a powerful man too. You know, if I would have taken it out on him, who knows? I mean, he might not be breathing. I don't know. Because I'm not saying that my plan would be to kill him, but if I start socking on him or something or punching him, yeah, I might hurt him that bad. Who knows? So I just didn't do it. I just stayed away from him. to deal with his attorney and all that kind of stuff, because I just told him, I said, I love you, brother, but I said, I love you, but I will not be a prisoner in your world. I can't do it no more. I can't help you no more. And me and him argued after my mom died about all this stuff, and just a lot of nasty stuff. I'll talk about it in another video sometime in the future. I got to get on a better subject, because I'm starting to get all, Sorry about that. Probably good healthy for me though. I bent it up. It's been eating at me, So I want the state stuff to settle, so I can be free and move forward. Because I feel like before I didn't want my brother to go to jail or something, even though he's rotten. I didn't want to be stoop to his level or something to have to send him to jail. But the more I talk to people and everything, and all the stuff he's done, and everybody from all sides, it's like, no, he should have a consequence for his actions and stuff, and all of it makes sense. So I'm at the point where I really don't care but if he goes to jail or not or whatever, it's okay. If he doesn't, that's okay with me too. But if he ends up going to jail because of his choices and everything he's done now, that's on him, But I just want to be done of it all, have it settled, and I hope that I don't get screwed out of it, but it's possible I might end up with zero. I hope not. I haven't heard back from attorneys for a while. I've left them a few messages, so I don't know what they're working on, but they did ask me a lot more questions, more stuff that they wanted to investigate or dig into. So. Talk to one of the pastors again about something. I just started thinking about something that might be holding all this up. It's more of a spiritual, ethical thing that maybe that's what God wants me to bring out. Maybe it's time I totally quit trying to protect my brother. Even though I don't want to be around him, I'm still trying to protect him. I don't want him to. Deep stuff in that situation that I haven't thought about for a while. Like I said, my mom died 4 years ago, so this whole estate stuff's been going on for 3.5 years or something. I got about maybe 10 minutes or something. Maybe not even. I'm probably about 5-10 minutes before I get back in town here. Well, for my regular viewers, sorry I got so negative, talking about negative subject there. But once again, it's you getting to know me, and I probably needed to vent it.